Some love football, some basketball or cricket, and others love all these and more. What if you found out that you could play chess and punch your opponent as a sport? Or bring Hogwarts to life in an actual game of Quidditch? Welcome back as we bring you the most unusual sports around the world. Ever heard of swamp football? You're welcome. It all began one muddy season when the football field had become very sticky and the footballers could not play their game, so they decided to just kick the ball around for fun, and voila! A new game was born. More and more people started playing what is now called swamp football, where they could be trapped in the mud waist deep, clobbering each other in the mud. The game is played in two halves of 12 minutes. Corner kicks, penalties and throw-ins are made by dropping the ball onto a chosen foot. There is no offside rule. There are 6 players on the field with no limit on the size of squads. You can hit the ball with anywhere but your hands, and you can decide to wear a shoe or not. How's that for a jungle style? How badly do you want to play that carrying someone becomes a game? The next unusual sport is wife carrying. There is more to it than you might think anyways. Legend has it this curious sport is a nod to the ancient custom of wife stealing back in the days when gangs of Finnish robbers raided villages and made off with the wives of other men. You would be grateful those days are gone, but we can always find ways to amuse ourselves, can't we? Nobody is stealing anybody now, but the women will hop onto the backs of the men completely of their own consent as they navigate an assault course with all kinds of challenges that would intimidate a Finnish robber, climbing over large obstacles and even plunging headlong into cold water pools in the process. Guess what? If you are the quickest pair, you win your wife's weight in beer. If you played tag in the schoolyard as a child, then you know a thing or two about this one, except the rulebook and scoring system is way above 3rd grade. In essence, this is what Kabaddi is all about. 2 teams of 7 players face off in a rectangular arena. 1 player from the offensive team, the raider, crosses the midline in the center of the play area and attempts to tag as many opposition players as possible. If the raider makes it back to their team's side, the team scores a point for every opposition player tagged. However, the other team are able to physically restrain the player from making it back, in which case the team scores nothing. An additional point is awarded if the raider steps over the bonus line. Also, this must all be done on a single breath. Simple enough, right? Though considered a national sport in Bangladesh, it is India that has perhaps the most competitive league. Pro Kabaddi unfolds dramatically in stadiums across the country, where players twist, kick, duck and dive around the arena and are cheered on by huge, vociferous crowds all over the country, several millions strong. You might think it's unusual, but don't say it's in India. Where does chess and boxing intersect? May I introduce you to chess boxing? Brains and brawn combine in this thinking person's combat sport, which brings together the unlikely bedfellows of boxing and chess. Matches unfold over 11 rounds, 6 chess, 5 boxing, and these nerdy athletes, or nerdleets if you like, may either KO their opponents in the ring or out with them on the chessboard. The sport is popular in, again, India, the believed birthplace of chess, where it is reported to have lifted some professional competitors out of poverty. London might just be the best place to watch such a match, where the spectators can enjoy the thrill of a good smack in the face mixed with the quiet suspense of a chess match and the blue eyes that result. Fights are organized by London Chess Boxing and takes place throughout the year. There's also the hotly anticipated World Amateur Championships. So unusual and yet a big deal. If you're a fan of the Harry Potter series, you know a thing or two about Quidditch. Would that mean flying brooms, spells, and wands? No. Also known as quad ball, Quidditch is a sport of 2 teams of 7 players, each mounted on a broomstick, and is played on a hockey rink-sized pitch. In contrast with the books, in which the pitch is oval, the Muggle pitch is rectangular, 60 by 36 yards or 55 by 33 yards, with 3 hoops of varying heights at either end. The ultimate goal is to have more points than the other team by the time the snitch, a tennis ball inside a long sock hanging from the shots of an impartial official dressed in yellow, is caught. No, you don't fly around, but you move about with a broomstick between your legs, but this is still pretty unusual. Horses have always been the beast of burden for polo. Double the size, double again. Now you have elephant polo. The game works just like regular polo, but smaller elephants are used for attacking and the full-grown adults defend. Surprisingly, the game is faster than one would expect, with extremely skilled stick and ball work. The sticks are made of bamboo and can range from 6 to 9 feet. Keep them away from the elephants. They chew on them. The elephant can often become more excited than the players. You don't want that to happen when you're the one on top. The victory pose won't sit well with you, literally. Scotland has a strong link with the game, even though elephants are a long way from home. It was originally played by the Scots in India at the turn of the century and was started up again in 1982 by James Mann Clark from Edinburgh. The games always have a somewhat Scottish feel to them, with the ceremonies being opened and closed with a selection of music played on the bagpipes. Not to mention the World Elephant Polo official drink, Chivas Regal Whiskey. Elephant Polo is traditionally held in Sri Lanka, Thailand and Nepal. This one might be unusual, but it also sounds like fun. With zorbing, all you do is roll downhill inside an orb that is typically made of transparent plastic. This weird sport is generally performed on a gentle slope, but can also be done on a level surface that would permit more rider control. Since the plastic is airtight and waterproof, it's recommended that you only stay inside of it for a maximum of 15 minutes so that you don't use up all of the oxygen. But even with these restrictions in place, it doesn't mean you cannot still have a lot of fun with it. The users are not permitted to catch others while shifting their zorb forward, and they should not wear garments with zips. Their pockets ought to be likewise vacant during the occasion. You wouldn't want something to fall out of your pockets and hit your face or puncture the ball. Zorbing is mostly a recreational sport, so hop in and ride along. When you go out for a jog, don't forget to work out those toes. Toe wrestling is another unusual sport that involves two opponents who lock toes and attempt to pin each other's feet down like you would do with arm wrestling. The rules for toe wrestling are pretty simple. With shoes off, the competitors face each other toe-to-toe across the toedium, where they interlock their big toes and try to force each other off the toedium. It shouldn't be too long from now before toe wrestling's poor cousin, thumb wrestling, will become a recognized competition and has reached the height of a world championship and classification as a sport, even though it is a popular children's game. Here comes another, street luge. This is an extreme sport that's popular with many skateboarders and outdoor sport enthusiasts. It combines the best of skateboarding, sledding, and sheer guts, form one of the most thrilling and dangerous sports out there. Riders use a wheeled sled to speed down a paved surface, a road for example, often reaching speeds of 60 miles per hour or more. The sleds are similar to those seen in the Winter Olympics, but they have wheels instead of runners. As you ride, your body rests mere centimeters above the ground, allowing you to feel every bump and twist in the road. Brace yourselves! So, what does this sport have to offer? For many, luging is the ultimate adrenaline rush. It combines high levels of speed and risk, allowing riders to push the limits of the body's ability. Street luge is also easy to learn and can be performed almost anywhere with little specialized equipment. Riders of any level will find plenty of excitement as they learn to master this extreme sport. Modern street luge sleds are often made of fiberglass or carbon fiber, which are relatively strong compared to their total weight. It sounds like fun. Make sure you get your hands on every safety equipment you can find and then go for it. But if you have a feeling you'll never see Mama again, stay safe. After all, it is unusual. Thanks for watching this video. Which of these sports do you find most unusual? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you on the next one. Until then, bye.